Okay. So, welcome. Another episode of JAYSTRAYS. This is going to be episode 42. What we got on deck today, we've got some preserves that we're going to be doing here. Anybody that's been following the gardening that I've been doing, I was able to grow strawberries and blackberries, and raspberries. So we're going to be making jam. We got our canning pot where you can put your finished product in and boil after it's complete. We've got our Certo, and then we're doing the tray berry, right? So we're doing strawberries, blackberries, and raspberries. Only takes one package of the Certo. We got lemon juice. We got the Oster for some puree action. Get some cheesecloth here so that we can basically strain out any extra seeds and have a high quality product. So thanks for joining me. This is episode 42. What we're going to first do is we're going to get our jars into that pot, get them boiling so that they get sterilized, and then we're going to process our fruit so that we can get that ready to go. Sugar is also a needed ingredient. So we have our wonderful sugar hiding over here. Need about 7.5 cups of sugar. So we'll get that set up here so it's ready to go. And then so we got a pot for cooking our fruit. I'm going to sterilize, cook the fruit. We add the lemon juice, and then we add the Certo, and then we're able to basically put our mixture into our sterilized containers. We boil it, and then we've got jam. So thanks for joining me again, JAYSTRAYS, episode 42. All right, so the first thing that we're going to want to accomplish here is sterilizing our jars. And so this thing comes with a handy dandy rack. So what we're going to go ahead and do, we'll stage the jars. And just set the lid off to the side so we can put it all in there. For this recipe, which is 4 cups of fruit according to the recipe. So we're going to need 2 cups of the strawberries, 1 cup of the raspberries, one cup of the blackberries, 7 cups of sugar, and then 1 package of the Certo. And see, it has a rim, so I mean, I don't know. It's maybe that rim is because you can put the bigger jars in here too, like the, I don't know, the 1 quart jars or however that measurement comes out to. But there is, it seems to me it's like a fill line. So we're going to come just underneath that fill line, just to be on the safe side, give the plenty of berth for the boil of the water. All right, so let's get this guy ready, set, go. On high for 10 minutes. So now we're going to do our measuring of our fruit and get our fruit staged, because then once the fruit has been staged, then we will be making our cooked mixture between the sugar and the lemon juice and the fruit. So thanks for joining me. Here we go. We're just doing a little update. We got Lily over here. She's hanging out with me while I'm making our wonderful jelly. And, she's always supervising. Okay, that's just now starting to come to a boil. Now, going over the ingredients here, it's 7 cups of sugar. It actually doesn't call for lemon juice, but I've heard that the recipe actually, you have a better consistency if you put like even just a 1/4 cup of lemon juice in there. So we're going to basically go ahead and process our fruit now. And we've got cheesecloth here as well. So what we're going to do here, while we're waiting for that to come to a boil, since our recipe is calling for 2 cups of raspberries. We're going to start with the raspberries. And I'm going to puree them first and then go through the cheesecloth, because we're trying to eliminate the seeds. And the great news about this little Oster blender is that it's got measurements on the side. You can see that. It's got measurements on the side, so we want 2 cups, right? And we had quite the bounty of raspberries this year, if you've been following the garden episodes. And so, it's not even going to take all of this, but only 2 cups. Yeah. 1, 2, yeah, that's, if I gotta jiggle it. Yeah, that's 2. Alright, so we're going to reserve the rest of these raspberries, because actually, technically, I might be able to do more than the 9 half pints. Alright, well, we're still out of here. We're still trying to get all of the seeds through the cheesecloth here, and this, you know, the raspberries, so we can make a nice product. And it just takes a little bit of patience. Gravity's doing some of the work, but you gotta kind of move it back and forth on the sieve. Now, most people don't have to do both the sieve and the cheesecloth, but again, I'm trying to refine my product, make it really good, and I don't actually have to I just don't have to de-seed the Chester blackberry, and I don't have to de-seed that Sequoia strawberry. This, you know, it's, yeah, that's we're doing good there. Just a quick check on this guy, and it's working. So the saga continues. JAYSTRAYS episode 42. Alright, so basically what I did is I went ahead and just finished pushing through with the cheesecloth. Then I removed the cheesecloth, and now I just do a kind of a finer push through with the sieve only. And if you see that, you can see all of the seeds are sticking in there. Now, I'm not going to say that this sieve is 100% bulletproof. Some of the seeds can get through. But, I mean, I've tried to do a certain amount of quality control here, and, you know, I think we did a pretty good job. So we're going to go ahead and assimilate the other fruits into our jar here, our Oster, and we're going to go ahead and blend those as well, and then we can get all of our fruit mixture ready so that we're ready to go and incorporate the sugar, the lemon juice, and the berries, the berry mixture for the jam all together. So we're just keep on keeping on. Thanks for joining me here. All right, next in our triple berry, we already did the Willamette raspberries, which was 2 cups, and we strained it. Now we're going to do 2 cups of the Chester blackberries. That's just about 2 cups if I level it. Had a little spillage there. No worries, no worries. Easy cleanup, aisle 4. But if I level it, yeah, it's coming in. It's just actually just a tiny bit under. No, that's good. It's settled. All right, so there's our 2 cups there. So we're going to go ahead and blend that. So we're just going to use medium like we did before for the puree. comes just like a whole fruit. I mean, you can't really get much better than that. And by the way, this is all organic, farm to table. We know no pesticides, no herbicides, no unnatural anything in our recipe. This is yeah, all organic, farm to table, and we highly suggest anybody that's got any sort of like room at their property, front or aft, even the side of the house sometimes makes a good place to get like a couple of raised beds, or just have a little sunk in ground. All right, so it's starting to come together. We got our 2 different berries there. We got raspberry, we got blackberry. Now we got to get that strawberry rocking and rolling. Oh boy, almost looks like a fine wine. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining JAYSTRAYS, episode 42, canning and jarring preserves. All right, well, our fruit mixture with the sugar and the lemon juice is ready to go. What we need to do is go ahead and we need to remove these good guys. Okay. So this is our wonderful pot that we got from Tractor Supply that allows us to pull these guys out. And I'm just going to say, probably the easiest way, everybody's going to probably have their own pot, or some of you are using stock pots that don't have any of these things. But if you can get one, they're not too expensive. And so some tongs are helpful, that I can pull up the little basket arms that are securing everything. So that's really what the tongs are for. I got a couple of towels here. You know, kind of just jostle them a little bit, get some of that extra liquid out. Okay. All the lids and all the jars sterilized, utilizing our basket. And we'll have to be using this basket again so that we can once fill it with our preserves, and then we have to boil it again for 10 minutes, and then they recommend, just to let you know, whenever you're having your water mixture, you want to add a splash of white wine vinegar. And the reason why they say is to add the white wine vinegar is because basically it helps keep that that little foggy, cloudy looking thing that you'll see at the top of a lot of preserves, and then this will kind of keep the top of the container from having that kind of cloudy or misty looking effect. So we're going to top this bad boy back off with water. It's still hot, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to start cooking down our fruit mixture and add our Cerdo so that we can fill our containers. JAYSTRAYS episode 42, canning, jam, tray jam. Thanks for joining me. All right, so what we're gonna do now, we've got our bain-marie, if you will, our double boiler of water there. Now we're mixing the sugar with the fruit mixture, and then we've got this over medium heat to start getting this nicely mixed together. So it can be thorough consistency. As the sugar melts, it'll kind of unclump, but you want to try to do your best to actually you want to try to work it, and that's what I do. Is I'll get in there and I use a slotted spoon. I use a little miniature slotted spoon, and it actually allows the stuff to pass through it, and I can kind of just like, I can break it apart in little chunks of sugar that clump together, because you don't want lumps, right? Who wants lumps in their jam or their jelly? You know, I'm sure that cooking it is going to, you know, liquefy some of that sugar, but I'm sure if you don't do some sort of processing of it, then, you know, chances are you will have lumps or clumpy little lumps inside of your mixture. So, all right, so we started off on medium heat, but we're switched it up to high heat because we need to get this up to a rapid boil. And then with the rapid boil, one of the things, it kind of helps smooth things out, keeps it from kind of overboiling in that pot. It's just a little knob of butter. It doesn't even have to be very much. Okay, just a little knob of butter. Let that do its thing. And then, so basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this up to a rapid boil, and then once it's a rapid boil, then we add the Certo, which is the pectin. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pre-stage that. What do I mean by pre-stage? Well, you got a product that you're going to have to squeeze out, so it's best practices to just remove the seal, and then you can kind of see inside of there. I know the lights will not look very forgiving, but it's kind of like a clear liquid. And so what we do is we just kind of get that guy ready. Get ready to add our pectin. See, adding it instantly took it back down from a rapid boil. And we're supposed to go for 1 minute on this guy. So, got the luxury of a stopwatch. Start. So that's why I put that butter in there, because you see how quickly it's rising. You want to do it for 1 minute at this rapid boil. So I continuously stir. I'd even back it down a little bit, because you don't want it to come out of your container. You can still keep it at a rapid boil without scorching it, is the word I like to use, scorch. We're at 33 seconds. Go another 27 seconds. Got a rapid boil. 10 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, kill it. Boom. Alright, and so you just want to mind it, because it's still boiling. Keep stirring it. And then basically what we're going to do is we're going to be cooling our mixture, and then we'll be getting it into our half-pint containers so we can seal them and get them into the canning pot. Now one of the things you want to do is, after you've rendered it down, it's going to have a little bit of foam, and you want to kind of scrape out the foam, because you don't want that inside of your jam. So you want to just kind of scrape off that little bit of film or foam that accumulates right on the top of our mixture. All right, another little thing that we like to do here is we've got the white wine vinegar, and then just like we had added it to our boiling mixture, right, that's over there, we want to just this is just kind of for sanitary purposes. Does that seal, like I said, prevents any sort of fogginess, bacteria from growing, keeps them all, you know, in good shape. So you don't got to do much, just a little bar towel. Go ahead and just oops, getting a little out there, jing jing jing, and then we want to go ahead and just make sure each one of the inside of the rim area has all been taken care of. There we go. And now I have a little ladle, and I guess it's like you can take this up to 1/4 of an inch. And this is one of those things you just takes a little bit of technique. You might have a little bit of a dribble over the side there, so that's okay. You can always clean up the jar before you put it in that boiler. Okay, so that's about the height that you want to get right there, you know, and so we're good there. And then let's do this. Just tighten things up a little bit here. And then you can see that. And take one lid. One top. Look at that, that fits perfectly. So there's Lily. Lily came to say hi. So we actually have just now, we actually made all 9 jars. And there's actually just a little bit at the bottom, but not quite enough to get another jar. Maybe half a jar. Who knows? Maybe we'll try to squeeze what's left into half a jar. Our water is already nice and hot, and so we're gonna get all of this good stuff in, and then we'll show you an end product. Thanks for joining me. JAYSTRAYS episode 42. All right, so we're at our next little step here. Basically, we need to put, we got a rapid boil. Just want to make sure both of the arms are up. Just so you can see that, you want to make sure both of these little lift arms are up. And then we ended up getting our full 9, and then there's like 3/4 of a jar. So we're gonna go ahead and process it as well. So you want to put each one inside of here. I'm just using a pair of just standard kitchen tongs. We now have a rapid boil, so now we're gonna hit 10 minutes. Just let that bad boy go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, dismiss. So we gave it 10 minutes. And so now we're going to kill the heat. Still at a rapid boil, so just be careful of the steam. Okay, so now we're going to use our magic trick here. magic trick. So we're gonna go ahead and use these little handles, and we're going to lift them out in one motion. Okay. And now they need to cool. So that was 10 minutes. Okay, we can return a little carriage back to the pot, and then probably should just spread them out so that they can cool. We're keeping track of our 3/4 guy over here. So this guy's the 3/4 guy. Alright. Well, there you have it, my friends. JAYSTRAYS episode 42. We wanted to always be able to utilize our garden. We don't want to just grow something for the sake of growing it. It has to have a purpose. So, you know, there's flowers, and I've got succulents and other cool things that grow on the property. But when it comes to sustainability, and you know, a lot of people are into green mentality. I'm way into farm to table, and way into organic, and so it's just my years of culinary experience have kind of just put me at that place. And so one little thing is that these things, as they cool down, they're going to kind of suck down. All of these, I have I got the ball mason jars here, and they all have like a little space to put the date. So we have our friend the Sharpie, he's on standby, and we'll just wait for these guys to cool down. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you when it could be another gardening video, could be another Jeep video, could be another mountain biking video, could be none of the above and something else entirely. So thanks for sticking with me so far. More cool stuff is in the pipeline. Have a great one, and Merry Christmas.